Hello Cancer, and welcome to your March 2025 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with an oracle card. So what is it that Cancer needs to know for March 2025? It says luck is on your side. Well, that's always a really positive card to get. Luck really is a function of your mindset, your vibration, your work ethic, and it feels like you're in a really good place for success. It feels like you're in a really good place to receive some degree of good fortune. Maybe something you've been waiting for or hoping for is kind of on its way, or maybe you actually receive it this month. I'm not sure. We'll kind of see what else comes through with the rest of the reading, but I think operating as though luck is on your side would be a really good modus operandi for you. Okay, so let's see what comes through for the animal spirit deck. What is it that Cancer needs to know here? Be loyal to what you love. I actually really love this card for Cancer because I do think loyalty is such a theme for you in your life. And that's one of the things that, you know, the archetype of Cancer itself really represents is loyalty and closeness and security and all of that. And so, you know, not only is it people, being loyal to the people that you love, but it's also being loyal to your path, your passions, your desires, your goals, and not swaying and not allowing yourself to be detoured in any way, shape, or form right now. I think focus is going to be a part of your luck as well. So the more focused you are, the more lucky you will be. And I think your dedication will certainly start to pay off, and you'll start to really see the rewards from all of that effort and all of that hard work. So let's see what else comes through here with the tarot cards. So what else does Cancer need to know for March? There is something about work this month, okay? And we start off with the Eight of Coins, which certainly suggests focused work, okay? This is not a card of drudgery, all right? So it's not one of those cards where it feels like so much, or it feels really overwhelming, or you dread doing it. Okay, there's none of that type of energy, right? There is, this is you kind of being locked in, okay, having a really locked in focus. And there's a beautiful flow that occurs with the Eight of Coins. Now, this card does not surprise me with the luck is on your side, okay? Because it already seems like you're already doing what you need to be doing. And I think you should absolutely continue to do what you're doing. I feel like there are a lot of potential distractions. I mean, there always are. It's life, right? But there's going to be kind of maybe extra distractions. And it's even going to be that much more important for you to focus, okay? This card becomes more of a shining beacon the louder and louder the noise gets. So this is not a time to be paying attention to other people's opinions or other people's ideas. This is not a time to be following any type of a crowd. This is not a time to be competitive just to win over other people, right? This is more about being self-competitive and trying to win over current circumstances within your own life. It feels as though there are certain goals that you are just really, really attached to right now. And because of that, your desire to do the work is pretty high, which is good, because when you have the desire to do the work and you're actually doing the work, that's when the flow really starts to come online. And new opportunities and new ideas and a lot of new things come through when we are in that focused state. You know, this doesn't surprise me, the Five of Wands, given the astrological environment. There are going to be a lot of people that are just generally pretty confused. All right, there are going to be a lot of people who are generally lost at sea. And they're going every which way. They don't have that straight, linear plan, right? They're just kind of all over the place. And I think you are going to see a lot of that. You're going to witness a lot of that in other people. And it's going to even make you that much more determined to just kind of stay in line. And you realize how important that linear path actually is. Because you're going to see how it derails people. You're going to see how the lack of focus and the lack of loyalty, I guess we could say, kind of disrupts their lives and prevents them from getting to where they want to be or where they say they want to be. And it's almost as though Cancer wants to be everything but that, right? You see what you don't want, you see what doesn't work, and you do the complete opposite. And with that, Three of Wands, clearly there is something coming into you. We always say that this is a card of prosperity and abundance coming to you, right? Your quote unquote ships are coming in. There is an element of patience here. And because it is Pisces season, and because there are eclipses, and because it is Venus and Mercury retrograde, it makes sense that things might be taking time. But I'm not saying that you're not seeing any results, because we often see a lot of results with the Eight of Coins. It just might not be as fast as you would normally like or prefer. Hold on, sorry, just gotta shift that. Okay. It just may not be like exactly as quickly as you would prefer. But I think there is a strong sense of knowing, and again, this comes to luck is on your side. It comes to knowing that these things are coming. And when you operate as though they are coming, kind of that law of expectation, right? We know about law of attraction, but this is more of a law of expectation type of thing. That law of expectation kind of comes into play, and it says, well, it's inevitably gonna come in because you expect it to come in, and I feel like there's a lot of potential for, well, not potential, I just feel like you have a lot of space to receive right now, Cancer, which is obviously a really good thing. Let's see what comes out in the next row. What else for Cancer? Okay. Queen of Coins. This is definitely you, and I love that it's coming out directly underneath the Eight of Coins, because it absolutely suggests your willingness to now I often say that she's my gardener, right? So she plants the seeds and she nurtures the garden and makes sure that the environment is proper, right? So you plant a seed, you have to make sure you have the right soil, the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of water, so that those seeds can grow. There's a lot of nurturing that comes through with the Queen of Coins. And I would say that your Eight of Coins is the nurturing itself, right? It's that work that must be done in the garden in order for that garden to truly flourish. So you're doing that. And there's, again, even she is very, very focused. She's looking down only at her coin. She's not out looking all around all over the place. She's just looking at her coin, and that's it. And in a way, I almost see her basking, right? She's got all these beautiful flowers around her. It's almost as though she is basking in the beauty of her hard work here. So you're not just in the grind, you're not just in the hustle, but I also see you relaxing into and enjoying the benefits and really appreciating everything that is happening as well, which I think is going to even create even that much more of a receptive energy, as we see with that Three of Wands. Like, I really do see Cancerians being highly, highly receptive. I'm not seeing any pushback whatsoever. So it's just like you're just in this place where it's like, okay, come to me, okay? Now, the Ace of Swords speaks to clarity, and it seems to be pointing directly at that Five of Wands, which says that you are going to have clarity and awareness and a sense of truth regarding all this chaos that is around you, okay? So when people are acting strange, when the markets are acting strange, when your workplace, there's like maybe politics or whatever, whenever people are doing whatever they're doing, you seem to be coming through with kind of the hammer of strength and truth. You're not going to fall into any of the BS. You're not going to buy any of the BS. You're not going to get into that competitive spirit. You're not going to, kind of lower yourself into the vibration of arguments. And I'm not saying you won't have any arguments, because the planets are kind of going a little bit crazy right now. But even then, you'll still be a voice of reason. Even then, you'll still be able to see multiple sides of an issue. So while you may see it from another point of view, you may not agree, but the Ace of Swords also speaks to your ability to articulate and convey your own ideas, and to be clear and concise in the conveying of those ideas, so that others may see it from your perspective as well. What I like about the Ace of Swords is there's often an element of equality and balance. We have the palm leaf and the laurel leaf, which indicates war and peace, right? So there's kind of that middle ground in between war and peace, and being victorious with that crown there. So it doesn't necessarily, it's nice to be able to cut through things with the truth. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is a ace of passion and desire and new ventures. There's often new desires that tend to rise with the Ace of Wands. This is not a surprise, as you're in this flow mode right here with the Eight of Coins. And I think this is really the most important thing, is the flow. That flow mode that really enables you to not only produce and actually see tangible results, but also continually receive inspiration. In a way, I feel like the actual work is pretty mindless, which is why I don't think you dread doing it. I don't think it has a heaviness or an obligatory nature to it. It feels more like there is a passion. Okay, so there's a strong desire, and you understand its purpose and intention. So you do it with a good attitude, and in so doing, you invite all sorts of new wonderful things. That's the luck. And I feel like these aces here, it's again, it's a product of your vibration. It's not, luck is great as some random thing, but I think we can also create luck by the essence of our being. And I think that's what you're doing. You're taking a lot of your current knowledge, your current life experience, and you're applying it in a positive way, therefore opening a channel for lots of new things. So the Ace of Wands comes in and says, look, we're going to build on this Eight of Coins. So this thing you're already doing, this thing you're already nurturing and caring about, we're going to add a new level to it, because this is going to bring in more prosperity, as we're seeing with the Three of Wands. So the goal is more. The goal is better. The goal is a next level or a higher level. And the Ace of Wands is here to say it's time. Okay, now what I really like about this Ace of Swords too, just backtracking just a little bit, is that this does seem to coincide with the eclipse on March 14th. We have March 14th, the eclipse in Virgo, full moon, lunar, total eclipse. And then we have Mercury retrograde on the 15th, the very next day. So it's going to be kind of a very eventful, strange middle of the month. But I think there's going to be positive things that come out from that grow or spawn from that. And as we make our way into Aries season, okay, the Devil, the Hermit, and the Magician. So we've got three major arcana, which tells me that Aries season is going to begin with a bang. So when we hit that equinox point, that's when a lot of things start to shift. Now, the Devil, I don't see it as being, like normally I think we would talk about it as being pride or desire or ego or something like that. But in this case, as it aligns with these coin cards, I would say it has to do with discipline. And in a weird way, because of the chains, it feels like there's an element of loyalty. But again, it does not feel like forced loyalty. There's no drudgery or anything here, or any sense of obligation. I think you purposefully tie and connect and commit to what you believe in. And there is a rigidity with the Devil. Okay, the Devil is absolutely not the most free, willing, loving kind of thing. It's really harsh. So that boundary is really strong. And I feel like you are going to have to say no to a lot of people. You're going to have to be forceful with the boundary. This is absolutely not a time to be in a people pleasing mode if you tend to have that type of personality. This is a time to really prioritize the people and the goals that matter to you and nothing more. Because your success is ultimately going to be the success of higher units like community and whatnot. So your success is important and it is certainly valid, but right now it requires an intense commitment. And it can be one of the best things that ever happened to you. Sometimes the devil, it can be hard. But I think you understand the necessity. You understand how important it is to lock in. I really feel like this is a moment for Cancer to lock in. I don't know, like it just seems so like tunneled. But again, with all the kind of woo-woo stuff that we have going on in the astrology, I think the tunneled approach is actually not the worst. And this is probably what's going to set you apart from everyone else and everything else that's going on. Even with the Hermit, you may have to pull back a little bit, especially when it comes to Five of Wands types of people. People who are highly competitive and argumentative, people who make things a lot harder than they need to be. This is a time for you to pull back from all of it. And just I am kind of seeing a little bit of an isolationist quality with that Hermit, but it's not not to an extreme. Like, I'm not telling you to just go isolate and just go be away from the whole world, but I think you're going to need your moments. I think you're going to need time. You're going to need weekends. You're going to need nights where you just kind of reel it in, find that alone time, because I think there's a lot of power, especially with the Magician card right next to it. There is a lot of power in your alone time. There's a lot of power in your alone creation time as well. The Hermit, though, also speaks to a recharge or a refuel, and you might need that alone time. Now, when I say alone time, I don't mean binging Netflix or keeping your mind occupied with entertainment. Okay, the Hermit feels more meditative. It feels more like disconnection. It feels like sitting in silence for a minute and just allowing your mind to just calm down, right? We're kind of maybe there's some kind of a nervous system or hormonal regulation thing that's going on here. And I think your body is going to crave that because there does seem to be a lot of activity here. There seems to be a lot of transition. And so your body just might need that quiet time. I want you to know, though, that this is just as productive as this. And you might be struggling with that a little bit and saying, well, if I'm not in my Eight of Coins, nothing's happening, nothing's doing. Your meditative time, your alone time, your quiet time is just as productive as the Eight of Coins, if not more so, because I would argue that the Magician as a trump card or a major arcana card is more powerful than the aces up here. The aces come through here with the Eight of Coins, but the Magician comes through with the Hermit. So the Hermit is actually going to put you in an even higher receptive mindset and beingness, so that there's even more inspiration to pile on top of what you already have going on. This is an incredible foundation. And maybe that's why you need to be so locked in, because you understand that what you're doing is foundational. You understand that this project, this money that you're trying to earn, this relationship that you're trying to build, whatever, this is just the beginning. And so it has to be good, and it has to be done well, it has to be done right, and you have to give it what it deserves. And with that attitude, the universe seems to be rewarding you quite substantially. But keep in mind, it is just the foundation, so it makes sense that you're going to be building something on top of it. And that's it. That's just the way it is. So This is exciting to begin the year, to begin Aries season. Because Aries season is often, well, I always say it's the beginning of the new astrological year. It's a new year. So our new resolutions, our new goals, I think we should, I know we always set them on January 1st or whatever, but this is really the better time to do it, in my opinion, to set these during the spring equinox. Because now we have the full astrological cycle to align. We can align with the astrological cycle in terms of building and manifestation. So it makes sense that a magician is showing up in Aries season right after the equinox point. So I think that as we cross into Aries season around March 20th, March 21st or so, this is a time where the tone of everything really does shift. And then by the end of the month, we do have some big stuff. Okay, Venus retrograde is going to re-enter Pisces. And we also have Neptune coming into Aries. And so those two are kind of going to crisscross a little bit right there at the 0-degree mark. So it's a very intense end of March, I would say. And that intensity seems to be manifesting as inspiration for you, Cancer. So whatever ideas come online for you end of March, beginning of April, I would take those very seriously. I don't think those are just willy-nilly ideas. I think those are things that your soul is trying to get you to understand and trying to get you to move in the direction of. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and see what comes through here with the clarifiers. Now we are going to open up all these cards. We're going to pull 3 cards per card. So a minimum of 27 cards. And we're going to talk about those in the comprehensive reading. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes or so. So if you want to get more detail, you certainly can join. All the links will be in the description box in the comment thread down below. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what comes through here for you, Cancer, with the 8 of Coins. What else do you need to know? 2 of Coins. 7 of Swords. Hold on, that one came flying out. Oh, beautiful, King of Wands. I love that. 5 of Wands. We have the Empress. Oh, Ace of Coins and 8 of Cups. I'm sorry, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, 8 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Another 5 of Wands. 9 of Coins. 5 of Wands does not surprise me given this environment, especially with Venus retrograde. So it's just to kind of be expected that there might be some relational issues going on, but they're temporary and they'll certainly work themselves out, and it seems like you can kind of separate yourself pretty well from those. I'm not worried about that for you. Doesn't seem to be a big point of focus. Beautiful. Okay. Nine of Swords feels a little heavy. There's the Cancer card of Chariot and another Ace of Wands. Beautiful. For the Hermit, we have Strength, Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, okay. All right, Cancer, this is where we'll pick up. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you all so much. You guys know I love and adore you. Have an amazing March, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.